the one big thing, that I think makes a huge difference between successful people like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson and all those people that have made success for themselves. The one big difference between them and us and the average person who doesn't achieve the success that they want is these guys have a big goal, a really big thing that they need to accomplish. For Elon Musk, for example, he wants to see people on Mars. He wants to see a world that doesn't need to use gas-powered cars anymore. Mark Zuckerberg is all about connecting people and making the world a better place. Jeff Bezos, again, with traveling into space and interconnected retail. Bill Gates has the eradication of malaria and improving education. These are the really big goals for these guys that have driven them their entire life. Realizing what your big goal is, the one thing that drives you, is an important step into building your life and moving towards success. Now, you can't just say, well, I want to make a lot of money or I want a Lamborghini. I mean, those things are side effects of a goal. So me, for example, I really want to make movies. In fact, more so than make movies, I want to have an Oscar one day. I've always loved movies my entire life. Therefore, I've made it my really big goal to get an Oscar and to have that success of being on stage for a movie that I created. Now, what's important is once you get those big goals is being able to take a step back and think about how you can get to it. So I say if I want to get, my Oscar within 20 years, what do I need to do within the next 5 years to reach that goal? Okay, well, obviously I've got to get some movies under my belt. Your first movie is never going to be an Oscar award winner. So I probably need to make 2 or 3 big budget films as a producer, preferably. Or, director would be fun, but my skill set's more producer. In order to do that within the next 5 years, what do I got to do in the next year? Well, I need to make at least one movie or start at least some sort of production. So that's actually what I've done recently. I've started working on a web series. Don't necessarily need to have a bunch of money to do it, but the money helps. So that's what my businesses are for. So my goal is to make a movie and hopefully get at least $1 million in funding using crowdsourcing or something like that. So I've got to do that within the next year. So going even further, what do I got to do within the next month to make that happen? Well, I've got to get a cast. I've got to get a crew. I've got to, make sure we get a script. I got to figure out the marketing plan. Okay, so that's my month goal. Now, my week goal, what do I got to do this week? Well, this week I'm having a casting call and, casting call's a couple of weeks. This week I got to have a script writing session on Sunday in just a couple of days. And then what do I got to do today? Today I needed to send the casting notes to a couple of the guys that I've found who are helping with this production. So every little thing that I'm doing is working towards that really, really big goal. And it brings it down to this very moment. What now? What do I need to do now? And that's work on businesses and continue to push the ball forward with what I'm doing. So whatever it is that your big goal is, do the exact same thing. Start up with the big thing that you want, the one thing that drives you. Work your way back to 5 years. What do you need to do within the next 5 years to get to that big goal? Then cut it down to 1 year, then 1 month, then 1 week, then today and right now. What do you need to be doing right now that'll help you get up that ladder to your goal? And that is how you achieve success. It's the same things that Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, the same way they thought. It's always about driving towards that one goal and what they can do right now to get there. I wish I could say the concept's totally mine, but I'd totally be riffing on what Dave reads on Instagram. People are always asking me for a book recommendation. This is the one thing that is the book I typically recommended them. Of course, Cosmos is my most favorite book ever, but The One Thing is the book I recommend the most. I've bought it for friends. I've suggested it to a bunch of people. Has that exact same method outlined in there, but it is no pun intended, the one thing that's helped me figure out how to set goals for myself and become a better person. Highly recommend get it. Of course, you can get it on Amazon. I've got a link here. It's an affiliate link, of course, but I only recommend things that I really believe in. I think it's like $9 on Amazon, but it legitimately, if you listen to the things that Gary Keller and Jay Papasan are talking about in it, it will change your life.